One of the emphases we set in the GCC strategy is focus, with the rule of thumb, better over more. We all have a lot of freedom to decide what kind of work we want to do. It's easy to say, this is something I'm interested in, something I want to push, something I want to get involved in, and get a role for that. And that's a good thing, but it's also led to some of us stretching our attention across lots of different roles and topics. Looking at some of the numbers, that's led to almost a third of Leapers being a core circle member in 5 or more circles, and in some cases even being in over 10 circles. That's a lot of tactical meetings. Being able to spend more time on a topic helps us be more of an expert in it, and I'd argue leads to better work. The more different things we do, the more roles we have, the harder that gets, and also the more we're impacted by the overhead of context switching. So what can we do to make that better? Personally, I went through all my roles late last year. I asked to be removed from the topic developer role because I wasn't doing work in that role. I asked to be set as a non-core member in some of the roles I spend little time on, in internal IT, for example, but which I feel it makes sense to continue doing. As lead link in the Migros circle, and just recently in the GCC, I also set some people to be non-core members based on the amount of time they spent in the role last year. Again, in these cases, it made sense to keep the roles and have them as clear go-to people, but the time and attention they spent on the role was minimal. I'd like to encourage you to think about your roles and the roles in your circle, and how you can bring more focus to what roles you spend time on. I'll list some possible actions below the video, and I'm sure there are others you can think of as well. So let's focus on the few roles we're most invested in, so we can do better work over more different work.